Okay. Um, I'm gonna sharpen my knife just for a minute. I didn't sharpen it before okay. Let me get my stuff here. All right, let me sit down. And okay. Now, I hope you have a general idea of what I'm doing here. Okay? A general idea of what I'm doing, because as we look from the side, we have the nose that comes along here. We have the nose that comes along here, and then we're going to have the mustache that comes down here and then comes up here like this. Okay? Now, what we want to do now is to go ahead and then we're just going to draw this along here, because that's where the mustache is. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut along for that beard there, okay? Well, it's the mustache part of the beard, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and cut into here. Okay, and I'm going to cut down here like this. Okay, see that? See how that's done? And I'm going to cut along here like this, and off that goes. See that? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bring that down just like this. And let me go ahead and go to the end here. And the end here. Do that. And then we can kind of shape this up a little bit. Kind of bring that, see how we shape it up a little bit, and bring that like that. And I'm going to go ahead and bring this beard just at the end here. See at the end there? I just want to bring that down kind of an angle just a little bit. We have plenty of room and we have plenty of space, and I'm going to deepen that. See, I'm using the end of my knife. I'm going to deepen that just a little bit, the beard. Now it's all going to be pretty much the same. In fact, I'm just going to kind of do this with the beard. Okay, now here we go. Let's look at this. I want to come a little bit deeper with this, so I'm going to cut a little bit more off. But see how I'm doing it at kind of an angle where I'm not really removing a whole lot here. And it brings out that arm even more, in other words. And now what we do is we kind of shape these things, like the little tassel back here. I just come back here and I just sort of shape it. Sort of shape it round a little bit. See how that is? Shaping it a little bit round. And then I kind of make little indentions here so that this little hat looks like it's kind of it's kind of got layers to it. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay? And even up in here. Now when you get up in here, you want to be careful. You want to be careful because the wood kind of, and then we just kind of cross grain it like there. Kind of make it like that. Okay? Okay. Now, so it doesn't look quite so square. We're just going to kind of round these a little bit so it doesn't give it that square look. See how I kind of, there we go. Give that a little bit more depth, but only by cutting into there. That gives that more depth, but it doesn't take away from right here. Okay? All right. Now, that nose, we want to cut that. Okay? And of course the nose is away from the face. So we want to cut that nose in there, and it's pointed, so we want to really watch this. There we go. And here's the nose here. So what we want to do is go to the ends of it and start kind of making it rounder. And you do that by, see? There you go. And on each side, each corner, take a little bit off. See? Take a little bit off at each corner, and even in here. And look, see, it gives that nose more of a round look than it does a square look. You don't want it to be square or anything like that. You want it to have kind of a round look to it. So I'm going to do it a little bit more. There we go. See that? Now that gives it more of a round look. And we're just going to cut a little bit in there. Cut a little bit in here. And look at that. See? It gives it that round look. It's sort of like this, how we go from side to side, and we just round that off a little bit to make it look more of a round look. Okay? Now I'm going to come up underneath here, and I'm going to dig up underneath here a little bit to give more. See what that does by digging up underneath here, that gives this more of a look, and this and I don't have to cut a whole lot off here. See, it's just taking your knife and coming along in here and making that deeper. So that gives depth, more depth to that beard. You see? And the same thing with the beard. It's not square, it's round. Beard is not square. So the same thing. We just come here and we just sort of give it a little shape is all. I'm going to come up here where the beard and the nose meet, and I'm going to really give it a, there. See that? See? Give that little place right there. So what we have here then is what we want. Now I'm gonna just go a little bit deeper here. There we go. That's what I wanted. And a little bit deeper here. Okay. I'm going to cut a little bit deeper in there to give, all it does is it gives accent. And I'm going to go ahead and come here and I'm going to cut a couple little, like I do with my characters, a couple little elbow type things here. Okay, now the shoes, we're going to sort of get those kind of squared off here. I'm just going to come down here on this edge. I'm not going to get too much on the back, but on the edge there. And same thing here on the back of the shoe. So it will give it sort of a look. There we go. Now we want to add now the little part here that had, I'm just going to kind of come down like this and come up like this, and this is just the socks, as we might say, or whatever they are, and we're going to come down and we're going to come up like that. Okay? See that? And then we're going to come from the inside, okay? Because the shoes would fit. We're going to come from the inside, and we're going to remove wood there. Okay? See that? Because the socks would be, it would not be as, you know, the shoes are going to be on the outside of the socks. So there you go. See? So the socks are on the inside, and the shoes are on the outside. Okay. All right, let me see. I'm going to just clean up a little bit in here. And to be honest with you, we are just about through. Just add a little bit more. Cut into that. A little bit in there. Let's just kind of make it a little bit even more. And this is rounded off up in here and up down in here. But you see how the rim, the rim looks, the brim, I say rim, I'm sorry, the brim looks that way. Okay, now we've got this in pretty good shape. We've got it where we want it to. Now let's take our large gouge, and on this brim up here I'm going to just make some little marks. Some little, I don't know exactly what you would call them. Okay, I have to go this way. They're like little, you know, I don't know what you call them. It's what the, okay, see that? I don't know what you call those little things, like little folds, in other words, as I would call them, in the brim. So, okay? All right. Let me cut that a little bit more. All right. Now, the next thing we want to do is to take, I'm just going to use a little small gouge, and we're going to make our little, our little flows in our, okay. We'll get up here that you want to be careful when you do this because the grain changes in a lot of instances, so you want to be careful not to get too, see, the little flows. And then we're going to do the same thing in our little mustache. Flowing upward like this, and then from this side, if we can do it, we're gonna flow this way with it, where it kind of Hope I'm not getting off course here with you. And even in this area, you wanna come down and come here with your okay. And there's your little mustache. Okay? Now, we can take our large gouge a little bit, and we can actually even come up here to the hat and do a few little rolls. There. There we go. To make it not, especially if the edges here, we can kind of do that with the edges just a little bit. Make them look like they've got folds in them and everything like that. And but to be honest with you, we need to get our saw marks like these. We need to definitely get our saw marks out of here. We go. Here's a few up here. We want to get that. Anywhere that you have some saw marks, you want to try to get those out if you can. We're looking pretty good. We'll cut a little bit more deeper in there. Get that mustache or beard a little bit deeper. All right, now that we've got this kind of done, then we can come down here and we can kind of even up everything. See? You can go back here, and even back here we can. I am sorry. We can get our stuff. See, we have the back here that is completely flat. Whoop! I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going to take my gouge and hit this again. I have a little sander on my moto tool that just fits just perfect in this thing, and I can sand it down, make it smooth the way I want it. And to be honest with you, when you look at it, to me, I think we're finished. See that? Little saw marks. I'll get those off later. I'm gonna gotta look at the. I need to take a little bit off in this area right here to make the spoon more even on both sides. It's almost there. And cut down just a little in here. And to be honest with you, I always say that all the time. I don't know. I got that from my father. My father used to tell me all the time, to be honest with you, son. He used to say that a lot. We're done. We're done. Okay? That is the little Christmas spoon that we just did. Not a real difficult project. It'd take a little time for a beginner, but if you just take your time, It's a little Christmas spoon. Oh, I forgot. The little tassel. There's some little folds in that too, so I'm gonna. You don't have to do this, but see the little. Oh, broke it. Just broke a little bit. That's not a big deal. See the little folds here. What I meant was I nicked it. This went. I'm gonna have to come from this end because this changes on me. Got a few little folds there. Okay, there you go. There's our little piece, and it's been a lot of fun doing this for you. And I'll paint it, and we'll see the end result and all that stuff. And God bless now. This has been a joy working, showing you these things. I just wish I was a better painter than carver. Not the greatest painter in the world, I have to admit that. But we'll get this painted for you and show you and everything. Okay, God bless you now. This is our little Christmas spoon. And so, all right. Okay, God bless.